Today's session is titled Conquer the edTPA Task 2. And we are specifically focusing on just task 2 today. Yesterday was task 1, and then tomorrow is task 3. So hopefully you will be with us again tomorrow. Our norms, we want you to be present, share your thoughts and questions in the chat box. We also may use the raise your hand feature. So if you haven't done that before, you'll get a chance to do that. And please have an open mind. We have some goals for today.
Our goals, similar to yesterday, we will try to make sense of what task 2 is all about, what you need to do, what are some of the things that are required. And then we will, again, look at some exemplars, some examples, and a few, we switched up some of the subjects so you can get a sense of just how that feels for people who didn't get to see subjects they may have wanted to see yesterday.
You obviously need to have permission from the students in your classroom. And what that means is that you are going to have to give out some documentation for families, for students to take home to their families, to agree to be recorded, because that recording will be submitted to edTPA. If you do not get all of the signatures, then you're going to have to be a little bit more creative. And so what some people do is they make sure that the video is positioned where that particular student is not in the video. You need to make sure that you have chosen the right lessons, because if you do not choose the right lessons, then your video may be a little bit wonky and might not capture all that you need. And so what I mean by that is that obviously we know all of the things that you just said in that chat box, specifically like students interacting with students and respect and all those things. So if you're going to do a lecture-based lesson, that's probably not the right lesson for you to record, because there may not be a lot of student work interaction. So that's why you have to be thoughtful about your lessons, because you want to make sure that not only do they show that interaction, but they also apply and make a connection to what you did in task 1. Again, task 1 is the foundation. So if you were focused on something in particular, let's say your central focus was around text analysis, your video can't be around debate. It just doesn't align.
Yes, so again, as Michelle mentioned, your task specific to your content will have more specific criteria as far as your videos, but in general, you need to submit a minimum of 1 video that's a minimum of 3 minutes and no more than 20 minutes. And you could kind of split that up into 2 videos, and they have to be continuous. So you can't have breaks where it can't be edited. So you can't take, the first 5 minutes of one lesson, attach it to, the last 5 minutes for group work, put that as 1 video and do the same thing for another lesson. It has to be continuous without breaks. But then, you can do 1 10-minute video of lesson 1 and then another 10-minute video of lesson 2, as long as they are continuous. And then your instruction commentary is your actual response with all the prompts, and that's when you will talk about how you did and reflect on your teaching.
Yes. So obviously our lives have changed drastically, and we have moved to virtual learning. And so what does this mean for those of you who have not recorded? So with these changes, one of the things that the edTPA has decided to do is make it acceptable for you to use virtual learning, the recording of the video, as part of your task 2 commentary. You need to definitely think about what platform you're going to use. Like Zoom, I would say, is always a better option. But if you all are using Teams, if you're using Hangout, you want to make sure that you are comfortable enough with navigating that with a group of students, because you need to be able to record, obviously, and you want to be able to record directly from a laptop and not have like another camera set up. And that will require you to communicate with some parents if you are doing this with younger children, because you want to make sure that the students' faces are in this on the screen. You will still need to get release forms because you do not want to see names. You want to see faces. So you're going to have to think about that. And then you also want to think about some features that you're going to use. Are you going to use the chat box? If so, then you're going to need to be able to have a transcript of the chat box. Are you, when you share your screen, are you going to let students share their screen? Are you going to use breakout rooms? So all of these things are really important for you to think about and be comfortable with using when you decide to record, if you have not done so already. Some other things you need to think about is teacher and students should be visible. Again, those cameras have to be on, especially yours. They want to see your face. They want to see the students. You need to really think about how you are going to model your skill by sharing your screen. That needs to be clear for the rater. You have to make sure that you're asking questions to engage students and the students are responding. I've seen a lot of remote learning videos where the adult is just talking at the students and the students are not doing anything. For the sake of this, that's not going to work. So you need to make sure you have a lesson and you have things built in where the students are going to unmute themselves, ask a question, answer a question, or do something. One of the things I would suggest is using, if you're using Zoom especially, you want to record a breakout group, a small group, so that you can also have that as part of your video to show like a smaller group of students engaging with each other, because that might be much easier. And the other thing is you want to make sure you collect the student work for those virtual lessons so you have them in case you need to submit and refer so that the rater knows what was produced during that time.
For recording, you know, you definitely want to check your platform. Like Zoom, you're able to record as long as you're the host and you're able to download that. But if you're using other ones, they may not give you the ability to record. So you can, you know, obviously just have a camera on the screen, and as long as the quality is good and you can see everybody and hear everybody, that's fine as well. For recording only one lesson, and even just the exact, you know, 15 to 20 minutes of that one lesson is not a good idea. Forgetting to test out the tech. So you should definitely, once you start thinking about recording, it's like, do you need a tripod? Are you using a phone? Are you using a video camera? What are you using? Try it out. You know, is it catching the audio well enough that it can hear you? It can hear the students. You know, with the virtual piece, definitely try out, you know, what features there are in Zoom, if that's a choice for the school, or Teams or Meets. Avoid low quality recording. So definitely, you know, that's where testing things out before you actually need to record for real. You know, you want to see you clearly, see the students, and hear you and hear the students as well. You know, we want the students to be viewable so that, you know, it doesn't look like you're by yourself in the room. Please don't add graphics to the video. Don't, you know, make it fancy. It's just one clean or two clips that are clean and no fuss. Cutting clips and putting them together, please don't do that. Please don't have any transitions. It should just be one continuous video or two of the same, adding up to 20 minutes.
Thank you so much for taking time today with us. Please visit our website for more information. Follow us on Instagram. We usually post videos, and we're going to be better about that because we will be posting parts of this video as well as parts of yesterday's video and tomorrow's video on our YouTube channel, which will be on our website, so that people can, if you weren't able to get all of the information at one time, you'll be able to refer to that. The other thing is that we provide one-on-one coaching. We have clients across the country, literally across the country, who have worked with us And for our clients who start to finish with us, we have a 100% pass rate. For our clients who come to us with their stuff already done, we have a 90% pass rate. So we are very proud of the support and the coaching that we're able to do, because we do not take the exam for you. Have to be very clear about that. And we do follow all of the guidelines for support that are laid out in edTPA. But either way, if you have other questions, if you want to get a little bit more guidance, we offer a free consultation of up to 15 minutes for people who just schedule with us on the website. So please, visit our website, follow us on Instagram,